Welcome to the Homeboy Hangout. It's been a while since I've been on here solo, dolo, talking about something. But, we I'm going to call it a holiday, but sometimes I know who the holiday is for is not so much a holiday to them sometimes, depending on who they are. But we got Father's Day coming up. We got Juneteenth coming up next week. And we got a big holiday after that, which is my birthday. But I'm not going to dwell on that. What I want to touch on this morning with Father's Day coming up and talking to the fathers and the people who view fathers in a certain light, what is the true success for a man? What is true success for a man? How is success measured in men? There are a lot of people in the world that do a lot of different activities, such as you have bodybuilders, you have athletes, you have fathers, you have billionaires, millionaires, teachers, professors, doctors, all that stuff. But what is the true success for a man? Is it achieving the highest weight you can lift as a bodybuilder? Is it making the most money you can make as a professional? Is it obtaining the highest title that you can obtain as a professional? Is it being as popular as you feel like you need to be on a popularity scale? Is it being a good father? Is it being a good son? Is it being a good employee? Is it being a good husband? Is it being a good boyfriend to whomever, to your girlfriend? Or is it simply being a good person and living a positive life? That is the question I have, because there are many different ways to judge success depending on who's looking. Somebody might look at a homeless person or a person that doesn't have as much money as they may have, and the first thing they say or they think is that person is unsuccessful. However, you're measuring that person's success on your success scale. So how can you really do that if you're measuring that person's success on your success scale? Because they may be happy with the life that they're living, stress-free, no worries. They don't have bills. They're not adhering to the societal norms, and they may be happy. But we look at them as being unsuccessful because they haven't hit the tiers of society norm that we think they should hit. So again, I'll refresh that question and I say, what is a true success for a man? Then you go to a janitor in a school system or whatever workforce that the janitor's in. And some may think that he's unsuccessful simply because he's a janitor. You have no idea of his family structure. You don't know if he's a loving father, a great father to all of his children. You don't know if he hit the lottery yesterday, could be financially wealthy, or he could be living in his means and having a very good life success plan for himself. But society will look at a janitor and say, well, he's a janitor. His success level isn't where it needs to be. But yet again, for him, that might be where it needs to be as that father. Let's compare the janitor to the millionaire. The millionaire might be looked at as, they might say like, hey, that guy is successful. He's got this, he's got that, he's got this, he's got that, but he has no children, he has no family. And all his life he wanted children and a family. Or let's say he has children, doesn't take care of them to get an opportunity to spend any time with them, but he can buy them anything in the world. Is that the true success for a man? To be able to buy something for your children or your significant other and never spend time with them? I don't know. That's the question that I'm posing today. Like, what is the true success of a man? Will we ever truly know? Let's take that brain surgeon. That's a man. He's made the most successful surgeries on the brain of any other brain surgeon. But he's unhealthy. He can't walk from the kitchen to the car without being out of breath. He can't lift any weights to show how strong he is. He's blown all of his money on poor and bad investments. He has a house in foreclosure. He has kids that live with their mother. Don't even want to talk to him. But is he successful when you look at it? Top brain surgeon in the world. Worst father in the world. Out of shape. Doesn't treat his ladies well that he's dating or whatever. Is he successful? Those are the type of questions that I ponder and I think about when I measure the success, or I try to look at the success of my life and the life of others. Now, maybe that brain surgeon might be happy just being the best brain surgeon. Is he successful is the question. Let's look at the football coach. Football coach goes 0-10 during the football season. The next season, he goes 1-9 during the football season. The next season, he goes 2-8. Now, we all know in the football world, they give you about 3 to 5 years to become what they deem as successful. So over the course of 3 years, he's won 2 games and lost 28 games. He's played 30. He's won 2 and lost 28. However, the GPA of the football team has increased. The budget for the football funding has increased. The graduation rate in attendance to college for the football program has increased. However, this same coach that's grown all these benefits for these kids will now be released or fired because he's only won 2 games out of 30 games over the course of 3 years. So when we measure that success, we look at what's more important. Is it more important to win football games? Or is it more important to teach those 60 guys that you have on your team the life skills, the importance of life and how to be better men and how to be more successful in their endeavors? What's more important? The game that we say is just a game, or raising these kids right in the game of life? When you look at the administration, the CEOs, the GMs of these football teams, the owners, they're going to say, hey, let's get rid of that coach. No matter all the other small wins that he's had in the program that don't light up the scoreboard or the record books, let's get rid of this coach. Let's bring somebody else in. He is deemed unsuccessful. So now when that coach applies for another job that he just got released from a job, how likely is he to get that job? He's highly unlikely to get that job because he's now looked at as a losing coach, because the record book, the scorebook, doesn't show the other wins that he's achieved off the field. Maybe he's in the wrong profession. I don't know. Don't know at all. The true success of a man. Let's look at the father. He doesn't make a lot of money. However, his house is well taken care of. All of his bills are paid. His kids are well taken care of. His wife is well taken care of. Hence the reason why he doesn't have a lot of money, because he spent all of it sacrificing for his family, his wife, and his kids. Is he looked at as being a success in life? He doesn't drive the fanciest car. He's not even really popular in his community. You rarely even see him. However, his wife is taken care of, his bills are paid, the house is paid for, the kids are taken care of. The kids are making good grades. He sent 2 of the 3 off to college. Is he deemed successful? Or does success even matter outside of your household? Does success matter more in your household, more with your peers, or more with what society thinks of you? What's the true success of a man? I looked at a $95,000 truck, and I really wanted that truck, not because I wanted that truck, man, I hadn't bought a new vehicle in a long time. I drive a 2003 F-350, a 2012 Dodge Charger. All my stuff is old. And what I make a decent living for myself because I get up and I go to work every day. And I said to myself, I said, man, you can afford to buy you a new truck if you want to, But then am I buying that truck for me, for want, or to show that I belong in a certain socioeconomic status? When I thought about it, I said, man, my truck drives fine. It does everything that I need it to do. So why should I go out here and spend $95,000 putting a bunch of money down to have a $900,000 payment on a vehicle? Why? If I already have a vehicle that's doing what it's supposed to do, it just doesn't look the same. Now, I know at a certain point, we're going to say, hey, man, we got to get something to look a little bit better. But, I'm a purposeful buyer. But I don't want to get on that tangent of me and what I like to do. But, again, this topic today is about the true success of a man and wondering what that is, going back to Father's Day. If you measure the true success of a man by Father's Day, how many of the men in your life are really going to feel good about themselves? Let's think about it. For Mother's Day, for Valentine's Day, we go all out. Let's think about it. Valentine's Day, you go all out for your significant other or for who you have that big crush on, who you want to be, who you want to woo and swoo at that time. For St. Patty's Day, people go crazy for St. Patty's Day, celebrating it for the day of St. Patty's. You take it to Mother's Day, all the children have a plan. They probably included you in that plan for Mother's Day and what you're supposed to do and how Mother's Day has to look, and the whole world goes crazy for Mother's Day. Do I have a problem with that? I sure do not have a problem with that at all. They should celebrate and love their mothers as I love mine. Now let's take it to Father's Day. If you're a mechanic on Father's Day, I feel sorry for you. Simply don't mean, I know I'm not saying you're not successful as a mechanic, but if you're a mechanic on Father's Day, I feel sorry for you because, most of the children are going to get you some tools. But you're a mechanic, so you already got all the tools. What are they going to give you, man? I don't know, but I'd like to hear from a mechanic on what a mechanic gets for Father's Day because I know most fathers get tools. So if the mechanic gets more tools, what do you do with them? Do you give them back to your son for his birthday because you already got those tools? What do you do if you're a mechanic as a father? Do you just accept those tools and say, hey, I appreciate it? Sometimes, oftentimes, most times, we know the fathers get a happy Father's Day and nothing else. Do you compare yourself to mom now? Mom got a fantastic Mother's Day. Do you feel like you're unsuccessful now as a father? Because mom's Mother's Day was like out of this world. Your Father's Day is like, happy Father's Day. Appreciate you. And they go on about their business. Or, as a father, is that all we expect because we put the world on our shoulders, on our backs, and it's our job as we feel to carry it all the time. For me as a father, I'll tell you what I would like. I don't really care about gifts and all that stuff. That doesn't make a difference to me. It'd be nice to get some stuff. So if my kids ever listen to this, I'm not telling y'all don't buy me nothing. I'm saying if you buy me something, I'm going to take it. However, for me as Father's Day, I would much more appreciate spending time with my 3 boys, my granddaughter, my grandson, my wife, and whomever else would like to spend time with me. I don't have to get this thing. I don't have to get that thing. I just like to spend time with the family as a family for Father's Day. Now, I'm going to step out of this role, but say there's another guy just like me that only wants to spend time with his family on Father's Day, his kids. If his kids decide not to spend any time with him on Father's Day, is he or has he achieved the true success of a man? If your kids live 10 minutes away from you and don't prepare no special time for you on Father's Day, have you achieved the true success of a man? And I know there are different variables. Maybe those fathers ain't been in those kids' lives, their whole life. Maybe the fathers have. Does that make a difference in the achievement of true success? In the success of Father's Day and the success of a man? I mean, I guess you would expect that if you ain't been in your kid's life, then they probably not going to be there for you for Father's Day like that. If you have been in your kid's life, they should be there for you for Father's Day, but chances are they probably won't be there for you for Father's Day. But you can't really weigh it on what the children do, because the children are still a work in process, especially if you have young adults, They just got out, they far away from home, they close to home, whatever. But I'm going to tell all the kids, the boys and the girls, y'all show your father some love for Father's Day. If you are close to him or not close to him, show him some love for Father's Day. My grandmother used to tell me when my daddy wasn't really doing what he was supposed to be doing by me, she used to tell me, she'd say, son, that's your father. I don't care how bad you feel like it is, I don't care how good you feel like it is. That's your father. You got one father, you got one mother. At the end of the day, you're judged by how you treat people, not by how people treat you. So I don't know. My father been asking for some cowboy boots for the past 2 months. I don't know if I'm gonna buy that guy no cowboy boots, because he probably gonna wear them one time. He don't even like cowboy boots. I'm gonna get him something, call him, wish him happy Father's Day, ask him what he want. But he gonna say cowboy boots. So I'm gonna say, man, we gotta go with the second choice. I'm not getting you them cowboy boots for no $200 for you to wear one time. We ain't doing that now. This ain't the time to just go buy stuff for one time only. However, I say that, and I'm gonna put myself in the same category as I was talking about these kids. If my mama asked for them same $200 cowboy boots, I'm finna go buy them. However, I do know that my mother broke her neck for me when I was growing up. And I look at my father as he didn't do it so much. However, he still has 2 successful, bright children. So, did my father achieve the true success of a man through all of his shortcomings? I don't know, but those are the questions that I'm asking, today. Say you have a principal at a school. He has that school humming on certain tiers. They're achieving all the benchmarks. They're above all the state mandates. They're above everything. However, when he gets home, he's very unhappy. His children are like the older people used to say, his children are unruly. You can't do anything with his kids. His kids are at another school, cutting up under the benchmarks, getting suspended, not knowing how to act. However, his school is achieving more and more and more and more. Has this young gentleman achieved true success as a principal, as a man? You look at the two, he's successful on one side, unsuccessful on the other side. How do you judge him? What do you say? Do you say you've reached true success? Your school's rocking. Your kids at home are terrible. I think the one thing we got to remember, though, raising kids is a lifelong process. So he still has time to get his kids right and in the right place. So I'm going to say he's probably doing a pretty good job and trying his best. And before I judge him, I'm probably going to offer him a helping hand, But that's all I have, for this morning. Thank you guys for chopping up with me a little bit, But I would like to know your response, on that. What is the true success for a man? Hey, guys, ask yourself that. If there's some ladies out there that want to answer the question, tell us what you guys think the true success of a man is. Since I just pondered that question to the ladies, do you think is the true success for a man if that brother is dressing as sharp as he can dress, or having as many ladies as he can have, or having that one main squeeze, not caring about his clothes, Or do you look at the success of a man by what he drives? You know, we see a lot of pranks on, you know, gold diggers that you see on social media, how to attract the gold digger, and they use cars for that. And I think some of it is shopped and not legit, you know, but there probably are some ladies out there that look at the man's car and say, oh, he's got to be successful, or he's going to help me be successful with that. So ladies, you can, you know, jump in on this thing too, but fellas, men, boys, what's the true success of a man? Let's ponder that. I hope I get some people that'll respond to it and drop a note and see what you think, man. But I'm wondering this morning, with Father's Day coming up, I know naturally men are tougher on themselves in most cases, but what is the true success of a man? I'm gonna leave you with that. Once again, let's chop it up and talk about it. Peace.